Counselor, there's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories.
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya.
Hey, happy campers!
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener-submitted stories brought to you by listeners like you.
Thank you. I am so hungover, campers. I have been doing everything in my power to heal my wounds, and it's just not working. I went on a walk. I worked out. I've tried to sweat it out. I had a bagel for breakfast. I had juice. I'm drinking a lot of water right now out of my Friendly's Fribble cup that they sent me after they heard the episode about Friendly's. I'm doing my part, but I just cannot get... You also got me a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I did at a gas station last night.
Yeah, and I've been trying to heal from this hangover, and I can't get over it right now.
So let's talk about how we got here.
Oh, you want to talk about last night?
Let's talk about last night.
So last night I went to a meeting to the city winery where I'm doing my live show, like a walkthrough with my agent, and we got to see the space. It was great. And then Jonathan was like, let's go celebrate after. So what always happens to us is we get one drink, which turns into a night of drinking. We don't, because if we're out, we stay home so much, campers. Like I love to be home and to just like hang out with you here. But I think when we step out on the town, we get creepy, we get feral, we start barking.
Yeah, and also it just seems like a miserable trek back to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, okay, we're going to have a couple drinks and hang out. And then we're like, oh, do we really want to go all the way back to Brooklyn or just keep the good times rolling?
I get why in the original seasons of Real Housewives, when they were in the Upper East Side, they were like, we're not going to Brooklyn. We're not. And I was like, girls, get over yourselves. But no, they didn't want to do the 45-minute drive. I get it. Yeah. So we went to one bar, went to another one, and we ended up at this bar. Do you remember what it was called? It was like the Golden
Swan.
Penguin? Oh, Golden
Swan, I believe.
No, you're right. You're so right.
They had matchboxes. I took a little matchbox.
Oh,
they're so cute.
That was sweet. I didn't even know you stole.
Is that stealing? I thought they were up for grabs.
No, I'm just being silly.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm trying to tell this story, and my brain fog is just crazy. Essentially, I had 5 martinis. I feel like I had 5 martinis there.
Yeah.
And I was drinking dirty vodka martinis because I thought I was feeling like a superstar, feeling like I'm at the Gold Swan, I'm gonna have a cocktail, give me olive, give me vodka.
Oh yeah, the night before, Robert Pattinson had his birthday party there.
Yeah, that's what our waiter told us. Our waiter was really funny, and he was really giving us the goss. He was giving us the juice. I was sipping, and he was spilling.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Literally.
So there was these 2 girls at the bar, and they recognized me from TikTok. So they were like, "Oh, like, do you want to like have a drink with us?" And we were like, "Fuck it, why not? This is New York. Like, we moved here to like meet people and just be creepy."
Yeah.
And we ended up spending the night with these 2 girls that we just met. And it was what a way to start like the day before Pride Month for us. This was May 31st. So it was like, let's ring in with a night on the town, just being creepy. They were actually straight. So why would that be Pride Month?
I don't know. They were allies though. Shout out Barnum and Bailey or whatever their names were. No, they were so nice. And then after we were there for like another 2 drinks and a shot, thank you for that, the bartender.
We had the shot.
Yeah, we had the shot and I didn't need it. Nobody needed it, but the waiter was like,
wait, why
nice.
don't I even remember taking? There was a shot?
Yeah.
Did I take it?
Yeah.
What was it of?
Tequila.
And
he served us limes on a coaster.
I don't think I took that.
You did.
That is how messed up we got. So in the middle of this, the drinking, the girls like, there's a viral gas station, a mobile gas station in the West Village that has $5 hamburgers, and they're apparently incredible. To me, I'm all over that. Like, I feel like if it's viral on TikTok, it's a good food. I want to try it. It's a hamburger. I'm down for it. So we're walking to get these burgers from Mobile, and these girls pull out a portable karaoke machine with 2 microphones, and we're doing man on the street interviews. We're not recording them.
Oh my God,
we're just having fun.
Running up to the taxi driver, asking him a question. You go, for $1.
I said, for $1, what's your favorite food? And he said shawarma or something. I'm not even joking. And then I was like, okay. And I was like, what's your Venmo? Because I feel like I had to give him money.
Yeah, you can't say I'm going to give you $1 then not.
I gave him 5.
Yeah.
And then while we got to the gas station, we ordered the burgers. I'm like blackout. And as we're out there, we're literally interviewing people at the gas station.
Coming in and out.
I literally asked that guy, I was like, what's your favorite thing like today? And he was like, that Trump got indicted. And I was like, period. Like screaming in the microphone. Like it was so It was just like so funny. And then she's like, do you want to go back to our house? I'm like, yeah. The entire time she's like, you're going to unfollow us the minute we like leave. I'm like, I'm literally in your apartment complimenting your posters, your great layout, and your wine selection. We're friends for life now. Get over it.
Literally using your toilet, eating gas station hamburgers. It was just such a good time.
Well, they wanted to hang out later and it was 9:00 and I was like, the room was spinning. So I was like, we got to go. And I would rather personally take the subway back to Brooklyn if I'm sick because I can't be in the backseat of a car doing stopping and going. I'd rather stand in a subway where I'm like planted and I feel grounded, which sounds crazy, but like that's a lot of braking in a car. I can't do it. So we get back to the house and I have never, since we've lived together, ever slept on the couch. I've always made my way back upstairs. I was that hammered. I slept on the couch. I woke up at 3 a.m. And I'm just like, oh, what? I have no idea. I've been nursing this hangover all day, but and Jonathan, I feel so brain dead. Jonathan has been making me laugh so much. Like you are on a comedic fire. I think because I'm wounded, like I'm so brain dead. Like
that's the only time I'm funny. Thanks.
No, I just think like I don't know. Like I like. It just, see, I can't even.
I think you're just less serious because your brain can't be super serious right now. You're not capable. So it's just like things are silly right now. We've been silly all day.
Yeah. And you're laughing that I'm making you, that I'm laughing so much.
Well, of course, because then we're laughing together at like the dumbest stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's been exciting just to like, we've had a fun day, even though I've been like hurting.
Yeah.
But hey, the show must go on. And even though I don't feel great, mentally, I'm in really great spirits because of you today. So thank you for just being fun. I love you.
I love you too. Would you say I'm a champion?
I would say you're an ally.
Perfect. Happy Pride, everybody. Let's get into our stories.
Okay, so I have a camper looking for advice on how to not let the bitches get in the way of her summer fun.
Okay. I've got a vampire wedding photo shoot.
And I have a camper who was a +1 on an iconic camp favorite game show. So good too.
And a spooky AirBNB tale that might just ignite some fear.
Okay, let's get into it, campers.
Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely.
Welcome back to Dear Counselors Campers. It's so funny when we do that. We like say welcome back as if we've even like shifted in our seats. Welcome back to what, bitch? We're still sitting.
We just pause for a second and then we go, and welcome back.
And welcome back.
But remember, I did poll the audience. I said, should I stop saying it? Because we're not welcoming you back to anything. And everybody was like, no, I like how it is. Do not change it.
Yeah, y'all are creatures of habit.
Yeah,
I like it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so this is the part of the show where if you write into on our website or email,
it better be a website.
Yeah, what?
I don't know, a website, a site, surf the web.
Yes.
I don't know, it just sounded so like.
How would you say it?
I don't know if you. Yeah,
we're gonna be here all day if we keep doing that.
Okay.
That's the thing is we're in that mode. We're like the two of us say, let's be honest, we are chatty Cathys.
We are chatty Cathys, but that's what do you want to sit in here in silence? We're giving the people what they came here for. They came here to listen to us be chatty Cathys. So come on, Catherine.
Podcasts are being rebranded to Chatty Cathy Hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the part of the show. You write in, we give advice, and it's not just us guys. If you want to write in the YouTube and give your own advice, if you think it's better, we're a collective here, and this is your show, and this is really all about the campers on our Mondays. So this camper writes in, Dear Sassy Campers, I first would like to thank you both for making my life outside of work so enjoyable. Middle school teacher here, that's a whole other story. Oh. God bless you. My best friend Carly's a middle school teacher. I know no level of teaching is easy, but middle schoolers are just brats. I listen to your podcast religiously, and I always wonder what strangers think of me giggling like a schoolgirl as I walk down the streets of Boston. I truly cannot express how much happiness and laughter you both bring me. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I need advice. My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. We went to high school together, but didn't connect until post-college. His younger sister, let's call her Sammy, is a good friend with both my high school bully, let's call her Kelly, and my college friend, call her Lily. College friend was in quotes, so I'm interested why that was.
Friend or college?
Friend.
Oh, so like loose acquaintance.
Yeah, so let's just keep that in mind. Since graduating, I have gained a lot of weight. I'm extremely self-conscious and actively trying to lose weight. My boyfriend spends the summer on Cape Cod, and Sammy, Lily, and Kelly will be spending plenty of time with us. A few months ago, I watched Kelly take a discreet Snapchat of me, which I can only assume was used to make fun of me. I'm finding myself constantly in a panic, thinking of being with these mean girls all summer, especially in my 30-pound heavier body. I don't want to let these bitches get to me, but I fear I'll be more unhappy on the Cape than if I choose not to spend my summer down there. What do you think? I guess I'm mostly looking for Zachariah to gas me up and remind me of the bad bitch I am. Okay.
Fuck them.
Yeah, Jonathan, why don't you start?
Yeah, fuck that. Like, and I know it's hard. Like, if you're surrounded,
Totally. No, it's not, it's easy to say fuck them, but it is like, okay, like you do have to worry about where you're mentally at and what you can handle. Cause you don't want to, it's your summer too. I think a really great place to start would be to maybe like, you don't have to be there the entire time. You know what I mean? I don't know where you are in Boston or where you're in the Cape, but maybe just do some long weekends, see what their schedule is. I wouldn't spend the entire time there if they're going to make you uncomfortable, because it's just, you have other friends, you have family, you can do other stuff, right? But at the end of the day, your weight is the most least interesting thing about you.
100%.
And he loves you for you. And you need to like, hopefully look inside and be like, I love me for me. 30 pounds heavier, 30 pounds lighter. It doesn't matter. I personally have gained 30 pounds since moving to New York. And I'm on this like process right now where I'm trying to lose weight for myself. And it's very challenging. And there's good days and bad days. And I think you have to do it for yourself and not worry about how other people perceive you. And that's not an easy thing to do, but just know that you have so many more interesting qualities that have nothing to do with your physical appearance.
I don't know what else to add besides like, fuck them, they're bitches, and literally you're hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah, and that's just like a shallow, oh my God, taking a picture, like I hope that we're reading into that incorrectly and that wasn't what it is, but something tells me you know exactly what was happening, and that is really damaging and hurtful, and I think that's a really shitty quality, and I wish them nothing but the worst karma ever. And if I think about those bitches, I would put them in line on a dock and I'd push them all off into shark-infested waters and say, girls, figure it out, you know, because can you swim? I hate people like that. I really do. And I hate that you feel that way, but you don't deserve to be uncomfortable in your summer. So if you can get past it and say, fuck it, spend some time down there. But if it's going to like give you panic attacks, do not put yourself in that situation. You are so much like, I don't know, you have so much more to offer than to give up your energy to shitty people. You know what I mean? Have fun in Boston. Fuck it.
Also, maybe talk to your boyfriend. You know, let them know what's been going on, how it's been making you feel. Also, there's cousins? Who else is going? Like, is it just y'all going? Did I miss that part? Is it just them going? I don't know. Maybe more interesting people could be there, but I say fuck them and, you know, have your hot girl summer.
I believe we have another write-in for Dear Counselors.
Well, you better believe it. Okay, here's another piece of advice. This is interesting. Dear Counselors, I eloped this past April at Town Hall in a cute little coastal town just north of Boston. Okay, wait, Boston in the house? Come on, cream pie. It was just me and my now husband, our photographer, and the town clerk. Now, what does a clerk do?
I don't know, but I loved the way you just said that. In the town
clerk.
Because that's that. Wait, so they used to be the town gossip. The town clerk is the town gossip.
They know a lot. I don't know what they do, but they have to be knowledgeable.
Would you believe I got a phone call this week from a town clerk of New Bedford, Massachusetts?
What?
I did.
What did he say?
It was a business matter. Hello.
He was like, you won't believe the shit you've been missing. Let me fill you in.
Unless she worked for the clerk's office, it was a woman. So I wasn't sure if she was clerking around or she was just a part of the clerk dynasty. We're not sure.
Okay. Lewis and Clark. So the camper goes on. Fast forward a few weeks later, she gets the photos back and has them printed and framed. They're going to have like a intimate dinner party for friends and family just because they were like, hey, we're getting eloped. This is our elopement party. Like,
yeah,
hey,
here are the pictures. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah, let's put them up. Let's celebrate. Let's have a cocktail. So as I look at the pictures, I noticed something was really off. Something was different than the photos I reviewed before ordering the prints. Something was weird. I didn't quite look like myself. I looked a little closer. I tried to put my finger on it, and then I realized my photographer edited my eyes in every picture to be a reddish dark brown color. What a weird choice. I literally looked like a Bella Swan and / Edward Cullen vibes. My natural eye color is light bluish green, so in every picture, I look like I'm wearing the wackiest colored contacts. But it wasn't just my eyes. My husband has brown eyes and his looked exactly the same as mine in his photos as well. We looked like vampires getting eloped. So then she doesn't say anything about the weirdness of the eyes because she's like, is this just me? But I'm like, you know that it's not just you. Like, that's weird. So she doesn't acknowledge it or anything, but she has them framed. And her friends and family are immediately like, what is going on? This is crazy. Like, this looks like a promo poster for Twilight. One of my girlfriends even said, you look like Edward Cullen. I can't help but to think I should say something about our photographer's interesting editing choice. Mind you, her services were not cheap either. Should I reach out to her and mention the Twilight eyes and have them fixed in all our pictures, or chalk it up as something funny and move on? Sincerely, the Temu version of Bella Swan in Cabin 2008. That is so fun and clever. Not the Temu version.
I love that. So like me, I'd be so pissed. Like I just would be enraged by this.
Yeah.
I love that she's like, should I just like keep it and be silly? Or like,
no, you have to reach out.
yeah, you at baseline, you can always, I would keep one framed as a joke, but I definitely think you need to reach out and be like, what the fuck was this? But I believe that she said that she didn't realize it in the preview.
A little clarification. I don't know if, so she says that I got our elopement photos back and got some of them printed up. So to me, I'm assuming she got the prints through the photographer,
Yeah.
but she could have, but that's not stated here. So I'm wondering if in the preview, like it has nothing to do with the photographer, maybe something to do with the printer. If she was like, okay, here are the digitals, I'm going to send it out to get printed at like a Kinko's or something.
Absolutely not. There's no way that the only thing about the photos would be that their eye color was changed. That was definitely the editor.
Yeah, reach out, be like, hey, this was weird, fix it.
Yeah, I think what
Thank
her thing
you.
is, I think she's like, oh, but I said yes to it. But it's like, why would a photographer ever just like swing so big at that and be like, hey, I have an idea here. I'm not even gonna run it by you.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? This is so weird. And I love this
it's
story.
So funny and dumb.
Oh, it's
but
so
what a good
funny and
memory
dumb.
this is gonna be.
That's why I think like you definitely deserve your regular
100%.
photos. You know what I mean? So like reach out. She can hit edit undo or something because that clearly was added in post.
Yeah, it's probably on layers. You can literally click unview the layer and then re-export
Why
it. She'll be
would
fine.
anybody want that? Like, why would anybody want that? She didn't ask for that. Why would anybody want that?
What if it was something like, I feel like if I was, which I have been before, but like editing somebody's photos, like changing the eye color rather than like sending it to a friend and being like, look what I did at work today, but then actually sending it to the client. Be like,
I don't know.
oh, sorry, that was for my family.
Yeah, but it's not like a control.
That's weird
all.
too, though. That's a weird thing too. Yeah, no.
Like she had to go in individually and like, when she was like working with the different colors. It's so weird, but keep one because what a funny memory. And I love your energy towards the whole thing. It's really funny.
This episode of Camp Counselors is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's time to check in with ourselves, campers. The year is flying by, and I know you have all accomplished so much. And when life goes so fast, it's important to take a moment, celebrate your wins, and make adjustments for the rest of the year. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for your next 6 months. I have learned so much in therapy. Not only have I learned how to set boundaries and form better relationships with others, but I also learned how to set and achieve my goals. And through therapy, I've been able to take a second and map out my next steps and reach that next win. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's done entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So take a moment. Visit betterhelp.com/camp to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/camp.
This episode of Camp Counselors Podcast is sponsored by StoryWorth. There are some stories about my dad's life that I truly never get tired of hearing. His memories at his grandparents' restaurant, his trip to Morocco, and that iconic story of him stepping in a clam boil. Just in time for Father's Day, I found the perfect gift that captures all of his stories for my family forever. StoryWorth helps you preserve incredible memories and stories from your dad for years to come. Here's how it works. Each week, StoryWorth emails your loved ones a thought-provoking question that you help pick. StoryWorth makes the writing process super easy. All your loved ones have to do is respond to that email with a story. Long or short, it doesn't matter. You'll be emailed a copy of your loved one's responses as they're submitted over the course of the year. And at the end of the year, campers, StoryWorth compiles your loved one's stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. Give all the fathers in your life a unique, heartfelt gift you'll all cherish for years. Right now, save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/counselors. That's storyworth.com/COUNSELORS to save $10 on your first purchase.
Get out of the water and onto the dock. You're not going to believe what I just heard.
Welcome back to Gossip Doc. This is the part of the show where you write in some tea about your life and we share it with the World Wide Web. This one is truly exciting.
Okay.
Everyone that writes in that gets selected for the show is truly exciting. We only pick the creme de la creme.
I wonder if this is from a town clerk.
I don't think so. Maybe. The title of the email was POV, You're a Lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh my God.
I know. Hi, counselors. I'm a huge fan of you both and have been watching from the beginning. I've noticed that occasionally Counselor Zachariah likes to reference the hit TV game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You have been saying it a lot. You've been
do.
phoning friends left and right.
Phone a friend, 50-50.
What was the other one? Ask the audience.
Yeah, ask the audience.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing if you ask somebody who's like, what did they do back? Ask the audience. Do people cheer? Is it like a cheer
No,
meter?
they had,
or
they
select
had a
one?
button. They had a button.
Oh my God, I'm so dumb. You're
And
so
I
right.
really believe in my memory that Ask the Audience was always a pretty safe bet. Like it was always.
Everyone's rooting for you. We're all
Yeah.
rooting for you. How dare you?
And she wanted to share her experience as a lifeline on the show back in 2015. This is my insider scoop, so buckle in. I know, it's so fun.
I've never even like met anybody or heard of anybody who's been on or been a part of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. How exciting.
I'm just a little preface. Her details are so great. Like this is a very fun story.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
So this story starts with my older brother, who's always been talented with trivia and useless knowledge. He heard about an open casting call for the show in Las Vegas and asked me to make the drive with him from Southern California. On the day of the audition, everyone lined up in the Planet Hollywood Hotel and prepared for the first round of screening, which consisted of a timed multiple choice trivia test. Although I was only tagging along for moral support, I decided to take the test too for funsies.
Why not? It's
Why?
like, I want to know. I want to be a millionaire. Let's try it out.
She was already there. I was only 20 years old and knew nothing, so my journey to millionairehood ended there. My brother, however, did very well and moved on to the next round of the audition later that day, a personality interview. They want to see if you would actually be entertaining enough to put on TV. Luckily, he was, and the producer told him that they would reach out in a few months and he would need to be ready to fly out to Stamford, Connecticut within a week's notice.
They love to film in Stamford, Connecticut.
Everything is filmed in Stamford, Connecticut. And I've said this before on the show. I went to a Maury taping. I wasn't on the show. I was just in the audience. And that was also in Stamford, Connecticut, which is like really, truly like 45 minutes out of the city, depending on where you're going. Like it's before, obviously.
10 to 15 minutes from my parents' house.
It always is, isn't it? Fast forward to him getting the call and asking me to come in as his +1 lifeline. This had replaced Phone a Friend, probably because people were easily Googling answers on their iPhones now. I was excited to join him as we made a whole trip out of it, with him buying my plane ticket and hotel for my first trip to New York City. We lived it up as tourists before driving up to the studio towards the end of the trip.
Wait, they're not going to cover bringing a friend? They wouldn't cover that for the show?
I don't know. They may.
They should.
It seems like they're not, but they also were like, oh, we're going to go to New York early and like have a full week. So that's
that could be.
Yeah, it is weird that they wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but
like, we have $1 million to give away each episode. Taxed, of course.
They're
but
also
we can't
like
fly someone out.
They're also like, you have potential to win $1 million. Like you can cover the plane.
That's fresh though.
Yeah, they're both. Hey, everyone's fresh. Like I mentioned, the show was filmed in a small Connecticut city next door to where they filmed Maury. I can't believe
Oh my God, name drops. Wow.
I was there in 2014, so we were like 2 ships passing in the night. On the day of the shoot, we arrived with about 6 other contestants and their +1 lifelines. We all sat in a shared green room for hours, waiting for our turn after they had taken our phones and any book/reading materials. The only entertainment was a TV and a DVD player showing old episodes of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire reruns on repeat.
Oh my God, that's so self-absorbed.
Yeah, but they can't they're not going to give you an encyclopedia. Like they're like, you should know it by now.
Does she go into like what's the attitude in the room? Because it's not competition. It's not a competition show. It's really just like a one-on-one situation.
Yes.
So you can kiki and be friendly.
I'm sure. Yeah, we didn't get that full, but maybe we can ask for a follow-up if you have some more questions.
Yeah, those are the questions I have.
When it came time for us to almost go in, we got to stop by hair and makeup, and I have never felt more glamorous and important in my life than in that chair.
Oh my God. You know when that girl showed up with a clipboard and she had like a thing in her ear and she's like, they need you in hair and makeup? Our camper's like, oh, I'm going to be in hair and makeup.
I've done a couple like shows like on TV and stuff now for like interviews, and I've done like the hair and makeup before you go out. And the girls are always so great. They're always smacking on their gum. They're always like live nearby and like, so where you from? And they're like putting some powder on. They're like squirt, squirt, squirt. And they're always so sweet. Like their girls are killer back there. Since they film multiple contestants per day, it was a quick setup to get mic'd and in position while host Chris Harrison did his thing. I was not familiar that he took over after Meredith Vieira. Was that who it was? Because it was Regis, and I believe it wasn't Katie Couric. It was Meredith Vieira, right?
I believe so.
And then Chris Harrison was the guy that was the initial host of The Bachelor,
right?
And then he got like a scandal.
Yeah, I think
it was like a Me Too kind of thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but so Chris Harrison was like killing it at this time.
Yeah. I just remember
what
the day before Regis Philbin died. I knew. It was so weird. I knew he was going to die. I said something to someone. I said something to Mark. Like I have a screenshot of a text somewhere and I was like, is Regis Philbin alive? And he was like, I haven't thought about Regis Philbin in a while. Next day, he sends me the TMZ article. I'm like, that's crazy. Am I psychic or did I do that?
I would hope that you're psychic that you didn't do it. You didn't have anything to do with his death, but
yeah. No, I didn't. I was home.
You just like felt, yeah, honestly, clear your name right now because I was home. Allegations.
I was home. Ping the cell towers.
So Kelly and Mark was initially, wasn't it? It was Regis and Kelly, right? At one point. And now it's Mark, her husband's on it. And I just saw a clip of Mark being sassy to someone in the audience. Yeah.
I would have to see it for the context.
Well, he was kind of rude. Like they made like a little joke back between Kelly and Mark about like the rain or whatever, or how the weather was nice. And then someone in the audience was like, it wasn't nice yesterday. And Mark was so annoyed that someone like spoke up. And he was like, oh, we have talkers here, apparently. And everyone in the comments would be like, Regis would never talk to somebody like that. He would have loved the interaction.
He would have said, ask the audience.
Yeah, exactly. But so Mark was getting a little testy. Who knows? Maybe it was a bad day. Anyways, let's get back to this incredible story. As my brother started answering questions, he was winning with ease.
Ooh.
Soon enough, he was stumped on a question about vegetables and called me down to help answer it. And despite everyone at home saying I was going to mess this up for him, I got the answer right. It's still kind of cringe for me though, because I was sassy with my brother while helping him answer the question, but that's just what little sisters do on national television. Partway through filming, we had to break and change our outfits while they rearranged the audience to make it seem like a new day, as this episode had to be split into parts for timing reasons. Side note, they bus in audience members from surrounding casinos. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, that's fun. They kind of do that for Comedy Central around New York.
They do.
A lot.
If you're in Times Square, you can go to a free comedy special.
Anything that you want, yeah.
You got to fill seats. You know what I mean? It really
I got it.
is.
You do.
He eventually got a question wrong and left with much less than $1 million. In the end, he broke even with the prize money across the travel expenses, a parking ticket in Coney Island, and a certain yellow-colored airplane delaying and canceling our flights home. Girl, stay Spirit.
Yeah.
Stay Spirit. It's okay. We had a viewing party when the episode aired months later and hold on to this great memory forever.
Oh.
Signed the Moneyless Camper and Cabin 1 million.
Wait. Okay.
So
love it.
So fun. What an incredible memory.
What was the question? What episode is that?
She linked it I watched the entire like section of her coming on. She even like timestamped it. Like when you click the YouTube link, it's
my God.
her. So she's like, so they, you know how they used to call, right? Like they'd be wherever.
Right.
Now they're like sitting like in the audience. So
I watched
does
the light shine down on her?
She comes out. She comes and stands with her brother.
Oh.
So her brother is very charismatic. I get the casting. She comes out. You were not sassy. You were funny. I thought you were great. The question was something about what, and this is really funny. It's always a full circle on the show. It was like, what vampire winter harvest vegetable, something has green chlorophyll or whatever. And the options were, it was yellow bell pepper, green beans, white asparagus, and something else. And it was
can I guess?
Yeah.
White asparagus.
Yes, because she was like the vampire thing. She was like vampire, white, asparagus with the green. And because he was he kind of was like,
it's not the green bean. That's going to stump you.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, it's got to be the green bean because it's green, but they wouldn't, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire would never make it that simple.
Camper, this was so exciting. And you walked in with it. He was very confused and you came with a level head and you said, I'm looking at the joke. I'm looking at the pun. You're a funny girl, clearly, because you like had to make it. And at one point, her brother was like, maybe it's this. And she was like, no, not that. That was like her sassy moment.
She's like, don't talk up. Like, don't give your final answer, please.
Yeah, we'll have to go watch it. I watched it and I was like obsessed with it because we do reference it so much in the show. And it's just like so fun. Like you got to experience that. And we should link it in the episode description or something.
Yeah. Oh my God. That would be so fun. I will definitely. Is it from their official YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll link it for sure. I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
How
so
fun.
if you're curious, how exciting.
Oh my God, I'm jealous. I wish I would have watched it before we did that.
I know, but we can't after.
Some of the most joyful moments happen when you're free to be your most authentic self. At the brand new all-inclusive Hyatt Vivid Grand Island Resort in Cancun, flexibility over formality is our mantra, so you can go with your own flow. Whether you're sipping a cocktail by the rooftop pool or enjoying bites with friends at the ceviche deck, you'll find that simple pleasures become second nature in this adults-only paradise. Learn more at HyattVividResorts.com and discover limited time grand opening rates and a free speedboat excursion for two.
Hello, my name is Jackie Schimmel. I'm the host of the Bitch Bible Podcast. If you've never listened to the Bitch Bible Podcast, I genuinely feel terrible for you. Because up until this moment, you haven't really been living or experiencing true, untethered, unhinged, morally flexible joy infiltrating your ear canals on a weekly basis. The good news is, there's still time for you, Katie. Buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to take you on a real bender for pop culture musings, aggressive social commentary, both piping hot and barely lukewarm takes, plus charisma for days. Make sure you listen to the Bitch Bible Podcast because objectively and unbiasedly, in my very humble opinion, it's the best podcast you will ever listen to. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll guffaw, you'll be appalled. And guess what, Katie? You'll just keep coming back for more. So go listen to the Bitch Bible Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You're welcome.
Scary stories around the campfire. Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire. I've got a spooky one for you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, I have no control over my mouth today. It's just like everything's falling out.
Yeah, but you read that really well.
I think because my brain is so rotted right now. It's absolutely like if you were to open my skull, it would be like
a juicy
a
oozer.
joke.
A juicy oozer.
Yeah, juicy oozer. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm done.
Hey, happy counselors.
Hi.
I've been meaning in to write in since last summer when you guys were in your coastal grandmother era, staying at an Airbnb. Yeah, last summer, campers, if you missed it, visually we were staying in an Airbnb and really in our coastal grandmother era.
Yeah, we're doing it again this year. There'll be 3 episodes again in a different Airbnb, but another coastal grandmother. That was a fun little switch up, and it was those episodes were really great.
Yeah,
we were in a good state.
The birthplace of Princess Girl.
Oh my God. Also, if you do not know Princess Girl, go to the website, find it in the drop-down tab. Jonathan has put a whole shrine together for her and all the facts.
Okay, so we were staying in an Airbnb and our camper says, you mentioned something about scary stories from Airbnbs because we had just watched when we were staying there that movie about frogging, which is when people jump from house to house and like stay in their other people's attics.
While they're living there,
just to coexist, not to like rob them of stuff, obviously food, but not like to do anything except live to coexist within the same space.
Yeah.
It's very chilling. Okay, so I immediately thought of this scary story that happened to my sister, that happened at my sister's bachelorette party. My sister, Maggie, got married last July. And being her best and only sister, I was her maid of honor. Maggie's bridesmaids and I planned a bachelorette party for her in Cape Cod in June. Literally, that's where our coastal grandmother era was taking place. Probably around the same time, actually. Literally last year.
Yeah.
We found a great Airbnb with a pool and planned a fun weekend. One of the first days, we were all lounging by the pool when Maggie comes up to me and says, "Everything's fine, but..." Which immediately puts me on edge. Nothing is ever perfectly fine if you start a sentence like that. My sister tells me she was walking around the outside of the house, checking out the beautiful grounds when she noticed through the basement window, a candle was burning.
Wait. Ew. Wait, that's way.
It was like one of those Jesus candles, the tall ones in the glass container. There was white wax, but no picture of Jesus on it. So it's a prayer candle that just doesn't have a label on it.
Yeah, maybe you don't have to
spooky.
do prayer in the Airbnb rental property. Like, just bring that home, girl.
I immediately check to see if we have access to the basement and find that, in fact, we do not. The basement door is locked. Initially, our camper's not like, oh my God, this is creepy. They were like, oh my God, this is unsafe. The cleaners or whoever was here, maybe the homeowners had lit it and just like left, right?
My mind goes to like, that's horrifying. And they're like, actually, it's just unsafe. I didn't even think about that.
Our camper messages the host and says, hey, the house is great, but just letting you know, there's a candle burning in the basement. Later that day, I got a message back from the host, quote, candles in basement, not a problem. What?
Yeah, that's not an answer. That's kind of just a confirmation of sorts.
We were stunned. I continued to check on the candle through the window for the duration of the day to make sure that it really wasn't a problem.
Just her squatting in the backyard, looking through that little like
making a wish
window. She's like, yep, still going.
Then things got a little more spooky the next morning when one of the girls let us know there was a second candle lit. I do not claim the energy. Rebuke.
Wait. So a hot new bombshell has entered the villa.
Why did the homeowner leave prayer candles lit in the basement unattended in the first place? To ward off some spooky spirits in the house? We did not encounter any paranormal activity during our stay, so maybe the candles worked. Thanks for that. Our camper did say, too, that maybe the day before both candles were lit, but they just couldn't see it because they weren't burned down enough.
I don't want to believe it.
That is so unsafe and spooky. I also don't know how long do those candles burn for.
Well, I think truly those candles they're built to last because they are a prayer candle. You know what I mean? Like they're meant for longevity. And I'm not really worried about the safety of it because it's a little glass candle.
Right.
You know
but like, is this a religious thing? Is this a witchcraft thing?
Why are you doing this in the Airbnb basement? Like, why there?
When you're not there. It's like wherever the homeowner is or whoever put it there, why not have your little shrine or whatever situation you have with you?
You know what it is?
What?
That was Nana's house. And the candles for Nana.
Oh.
And they're like, Nana, your memory is on, but we are using this as an income property now.
I would have, if I was our camper, I just need answers. I would have followed up and been like, what do you mean? Please explain.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm paying you guys probably a lot of money to be here. So let's not have an open flame in the basement while I'm here. Like, that doesn't seem like a crazy request.
No, it really isn't. And in my head, it's like an unfinished spooky basement, like from the first season of American Horror Story. And just in the distance, you see one flame flickering. And then the next day, there's two. Oh my God, I can't. Okay, sorry. Back to the ending here. Where are we? This incident made for the perfect bachelorette weekend motto. Whenever there was something we weren't sure of or things didn't go exactly as planned, we would all say, candles in basement, not a problem. That's fun. But really spooky. We're not talking about how spooky that second candle is. Thank you both for the funny and entertaining content you put out in the world. Maggie and Stephanie, bridesmaid and honorary sister, and I love watching your content and listening to the podcast. Stephanie and Maggie will be at Counselor Zachariah's New York City show on June 19th.
Oh my God. Yay. I can't wait to see you.
Which is why I'm sad I cannot attend. Oh. Unfortunately, I live in WV.
West Virginia. I'll
obviously
be there soon, hopefully.
And can't make it. Why was I so confused by that? I'm an idiot.
You're not.
I want to be a millionaire. We should do that for Patreon. Maybe do like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire questions and see how far we get.
Wait, that's such a great idea. I love that.
I hope you enjoyed our spooky story. Signed, The Camper with Candles in Cabin 7. Not a problem. That was fabulous.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much for writing in. That was a fun story. I'm very concerned about that.
Yeah, that's spooks.
What was the reason? Well, that's all we got for you.
Yeah, thanks for listening. If you want to be a part of the show, you can write it on camcounselorspodcast.com or email us at camcounselorspod@gmail.com, and you just might make the show. If you love this show, please share it with a friend. Give us a 5-star review. Let us know how we're doing. We'll be here next week. We'll be here forever. And with that being said,
lights out, campers.